On July 31st, in limited release, the film I Am Chris Farley comes out. It's a documentary about the life and the career of an incredible comedian and actor, Chris Farley. And joining me is his brother, Tom. Good morning, Tom. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing fantastic. Great to be back on the air down there.
It was great to talk to you again. The one question that I've always wondered, and I didn't ask you this ever before, but what was it like growing up in a house with Chris Farley?
Horrible. Oh, my God. It was, I didn't appreciate Chris, though, much later in life. I was the older brother, so I was always trying to, keep in line and do everything right. I had to share a bedroom with him, and so I was always the neat one. I dressed well, and across the room from me is this just tornado that's always asking questions, and, but on the flip side, we had a lot of fun. I mean, we had, a huge, big family, and so we were all tight, and we were always together, but Chris he would just walk far down the plank than the rest of us. We were all funny, but Chris would just take that risk and just a little farther. There was always drama. It was fun.
That's exactly what I would have expected, Tom. As you watch him, you know that there's a great deal of the real Chris Farley in what he does, even though he may be on stage and he may be acting. He was always just bigger than life and so very funny. Every year at Christmas time, we do Christmas music here, and I always play his Matt Foley Motivational Santa because it's one of the funniest. That is one of the funniest pieces ever put on tape, and he has so many great things like that, great movies, and of course Second City and Saturday Night Live. And were you involved at all in the process of this particular movie?
The documentary, I just did a big interview piece. We went to the high school up here, Edgewood, where we all went to high school, and they filmed me in the corridors where Chris used to taunt me. So I'm part of that. But my brother Kevin, all my brothers are actors. I don't know why they left me out. They didn't invite me. He's an executive producer on this, and so he was working. I was at home here in Madison furnishing the producers with all the family videos and pictures I could dig up. So to that extent, I was involved.
Have you seen the finished piece, Tom?
Have not. No, I've just been like everyone else. I saw the trailer when it came out, and it's just exploded on the internet. And Facebook, everyone's like, it's been flying all over the place. You got to see this trailer. I was just like, wow. If this is just like, a few seconds of what this movie's like, this is going to be emotional, that's for sure.
It's so hard to believe that it's been almost 20 years since we lost Chris, and he's just a part of so many things. There's always something he says or something he does. Of course, as Letterman came to the end there, they showed a lot of his appearances on there, and they were always hilarious.
He loved Chris because he was just, that's what he was. He brought that element to Letterman, and Dave just loved it. When I lived in New York, I used to go to a couple of those shows. My jaw was just dropped, like, oh my God, I can't believe this is my brother up there doing this stuff.
I've been a Letterman fan. In fact, I haven't watched the last Letterman yet because I don't want to let go. So.
I know, right? Yeah, me too.
But I always was excited when your brother was going to be on there because it was basically a situation where Dave said, "Here's Chris Farley," and then he took off. And that was, Dave.
Well, there was one that I went, and beforehand, he goes, "Oh, I got you a nice seat up front." And goes, then all of a sudden he starts laughing. And I go, "What are you laughing?" He goes, "All right, I'll tell you. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to run in, I'm going to pick you up, and I'm going to run out the door and throw you in a dumpster." And I'm like, "No, oh no, you're not." I was just coming from my job, my Wall Street job. I'm just, nice suit and tie. It's like, no, you're not going to do that. So he ended up picking up the guy in front of me and throwing. I don't know if you remember that scene where it was almost me. It was like, no.
Well, there was your chance to be an actor, Tom, and no wonder you're not one.
Exactly. Wasn't ready to.
You passed up your big break.
Wow.
Being thrown in a dumpster. Yeah, wow is right. Well, once again, the film comes out July 31st, and it's going to be limited release in theaters, so watch for it in your area. You may get a chance to see it, you may not. But the VOD digital download comes out August 11th, so it's kind of following right on the heels.
And it's going to be on Spike TV.
Is it going to be on Spike? Initially, they had talked about the fact that that's how they were going to break it, was on Spike,
right.
and this is kind of an upgrade from that. I think a lot of that happened, Tom, I don't know, but I'm guessing a lot of that happened when the incredible response to the trailer came out, right?
I think I read in Variety a month ago that they were working on that. I think it was producers and even Spike when they saw the finished product, because the finished product was literally they were asking me for more pictures and stuff like 4 weeks ago, 4 or 5 weeks ago. So I mean, they just finished it, saw it, and they said, "Oh, we can't. We got to do more. We can't just throw it up on Spike." So I think it came about pretty quickly when they saw the finished product, what they had to get in theaters.
And locally here, Spike is on our regular cable system, so you get a chance to see it eventually. I never get tired of watching your brother work. As I said, every Christmas I play that piece when I need to laugh really hearty, and believe me, there's nothing more therapeutic than a good, heavy belly laugh, and there's nobody who can get you there faster than Chris Farley. He was the best, and there's just no question about it. And I'm really looking forward to this film.
Yeah. Well, you know what I can't get over when I wrote my book and all in a lot of interviews since Chris Madden, and once again in this film too. Having Adam Sandler, it's like listening to the words come out of Adam's mouth, like, "Oh, he was the funniest of all." Blows me away every single time. It's like, did Adam just say that?
Almost all of them said that, Tom.
Yeah, well,
every one of those, David Spade and on said there was just no one any better. Working with Chris Farley was a thrill and a treat and a great deal of excitement. Well, he was the best. There's no question about it. Tom, I don't want to keep any longer. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. The best of everything to you. I know you're looking forward to this as much as I am since you haven't seen it. And if you ever feel like talking again, while we're at it, mention the name of your book so people can get a chance.
Oh, well, The Chris Farley Show. Actually, the full title is The Chris Farley Show, a biography in 3 acts. Yeah, actually, you probably get it on Amazon pretty cheap now. The paperback, I think, goes pretty cheap, and it's still out there, and people still come up to me, and I still get things online saying, "Wow, I just can't believe this book is incredible."
Again, Tom, thanks so much. Anytime you want to talk about anything, please don't hesitate to give me a call. We'll go on the air and keep people posted on it.
Well, that's good. And the next time I'm down there, I'll knock on your door. That's for sure.
I'd love to have you in studio. That'd be fantastic. Thanks again, Tom.
All right, you bet.